Hey, I love it when these wacky right wingers turn on each other. And Donald Trump is now furious with Kellyanne Conway, his longtime advisor. Kellyanne Conway has now made a number of statements which have infuriated Donald Trump. There's a Politico article about this. Former President Donald Trump is denying a key anecdote from Kellyanne Conway's book, saying he would have banished Kellyanne from his inner circle if she had ever told him he lost the 2020 presidential election. So what's at issue here is that Kellyanne Conway has now, Kellyanne Conway wrote, I had already said publicly what I'd said privately to George. His daily, this actually isn't the right thing. Sorry, where is this here? It might not, the quote might actually not be in this article. Kellyanne Conway writes in her book, among other things, that she was one of the first people to tell Trump, you lost. You lost, and that's it. You lost the election. And Trump is now saying that that's not true. Trump posted on his platform, Truth Social, quote, Kellyanne Conway never told me that she thought we lost the election. If she had, I wouldn't have dealt with her any longer. She would have been wrong. Could go back to her crazy husband. Kellyanne Conway's husband is anti-Trump Republican George Conway. Back to the quote. Writing books can make people say some very strange things. I wonder why. Got 12 million more votes than we did the first time, the most votes by far of any sitting president. The election was rigged. They used COVID to cheat and steal, and the evidence is massive and indisputable. See 2,000 Mules, which of course is the completely bogus and widely debunked Dinesh D'Souza. I can't even call it a documentary because it doesn't document anything real. Let's call it a compilation of audiovisual elements. He's now promoting 2,000 Mules as evidence. So there's a few different things going on here. First of all, it's great when they fight amongst themselves. It weakens them, generally speaking. We should encourage it. That's number one. Number two, when you lose even Kellyanne Conway, you have to start considering that this might be the end of the grift to some degree. But at this point, Trump won't let go of this until he dies. And we don't know how long he's going to live, but he is clearly not going to let go of this false claim that he actually won and that no one around him was really saying that you lost. He is going to stick with this until he dies. He had the opportunity, as I've said before, to come out of the pandemic, easily be reelected. Okay. All he had to do was say, folks, COVID is real. COVID is scary. And we as Americans are going to come together. We're going to be patriotic. We're going to have Trump masks. We're going to have American flag and MAGA masks. I'm going to be wearing them. We should all wear them. We're going to deal with this better than anybody. We've got the best doctors and we've got the best university, but just right. Take that approach. And we need to give our medical community time to develop the treatments and vaccines that they are going to develop. Let's do it. Let's do it together. That's all Trump had to do. The left would have done it. The right would have gone with it if their cult leader said it. Instead, he was divisive. He would blatantly shun and ignore public health precautions. He almost ended up dead. I mean, look at how seriously sick with COVID he ended up being. He would talk about injecting bleach. He would attack Dr. Fauci. He would talk about China, on and on and on. He could have easily been reelected if he just took it even slightly seriously and said, I am going to be the best on COVID. Not 15 cases will soon be zero. Not ignore everything. Not we need our freedom or any of this stuff. Just follow the protocols. We're going to get through this. And he couldn't do it. It's sort of like when he was given the softballs of denouncing QAnon or denouncing white supremacy and Nazis, and instead blames both sides or says he doesn't know about it or doubles down or whatever the case may be. This guy was given, these were just teed up for him to knock out of the park, and he couldn't do it. And now the situation he's in is he is going to take to his grave the lie that he actually won the 2020 election. If you think that there is anything that would get him to admit, I just genuinely lost to Biden, I don't know what it would be, but let me know what you think could get him to admit that. One of our sponsors is Magic Spoon, the only breakfast cereal that tastes exactly like your favorite sugary childhood cereals, but with zero sugar, only 4 net carbs, and 14 grams of protein. So if you're just generally trying to keep your sugar intake relatively low like me, or if you're doing low carb, if you're doing keto, you can enjoy the sweet, nostalgic snack without the sugar in flavors like cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, cookies and cream, maple waffle, blueberry, cinnamon. They've just added honey nut to their permanent collection. I love Magic Spoon. Our whole team does, and they've been supporting the show for years. How about this? If you try Magic Spoon and you don't think it's amazing like we do, they'll give you your money back because Magic Spoon stands behind their product because it's that good. You really can't tell it apart from the classic cereals. Build your own custom variety pack. You'll get $5 off when you go to magicspoon.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman. The link is in the description.